Central Texas is reeling from one of the worst flash floods in its history. In a matter of minutes, raging waters turned peaceful rivers into deadly torrents, sweeping away homes, vehicles, and lives. What began as a summer storm escalated into a full-blown disaster, leaving dozens dead and entire communities in chaos. Rescuers are combing through a devastated stretch of central Texas. The search grows more desperate as 27 girls from Camp Mystic, a Christian summer camp in Kerr County, remain missing following a deadly wall of water that struck before dawn. At least 43 people have died, including 15 children in Kerr County, with 8 more fatalities reported in surrounding area. Authorities have yet to confirm how many people are still unaccounted for beyond the children from the camp, where most of the known victims were found. The Guadalupe River surged 20 feet in just 45 minutes, washing away homes and vehicles. Helicopters, boats, and drones being deployed to search for survivors and reach those stranded in trees and at isolated campgrounds. Texas Governor Greg Abbott addressed the crisis in a press conference, pledged round-the-clock operations, and declared Sunday a day of prayer for the state.
Know that President Trump is absolutely heartbroken by what has happened here in Texas, and the loss of life is absolutely devastating to him and Melania. This morning I talked with him several times, and he wanted to make sure that all of you know how much he loves Texas, how much he's grieving for your families that have lost someone, and the beautiful children that we're still looking for and hoping to return to their families, and that he is absolutely committed to using all the resources of the federal government to help unify families, rescue all those that were still missing, and return those who maybe we will recover back to their families as soon as possible, and that we will be here walking alongside each other and helping throughout this entire crisis. And know that I'm extremely grateful as well for the leadership of Nim Kidd, who's a fantastic emergency operations manager and has been well known throughout this country for leading through such a time as this. And this tragic situation is something that is unprecedented. We recognize that at the federal level. We also recognize that when something like this happens to a community, happens to a state, that the best responders are those locally, because it's your family members, it's your community members that are being impacted, and you can respond quickly. And the role of the state is to run and manage that emergency, but the federal government needs to be here for the support and extra resources on the ground as well. And that is what we are doing and what President Trump has dedicated to continue to do.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the assets and resources you and the Trump administration are providing. One thing that Secretary Noem mentioned was the fact that recoveries and rescues are being made. And what has happened over the past 36 hours is really amazing. When you look at what the local officials have done, working in collaboration with multiple state agencies as well as our federal partners, in 36 hours, they have rescued or recovered more than 850 people, some clinging to trees to save their lives, others in other precarious situations. It's just sheer heroism, the way that we've seen our first responders rescue so many people. One last thing, and that is there is a word that's been the most common word that's been spoken over the past 36 hours, and that is the word prayer. It's been repeated by the people who are watching this as we speak right now. It's repeated often on social media, through phone calls, through texts, and those prayers are answered in so many ways. Answered by that child who was being swept down the river and happened to find a tree to cling on and was able to continue with uncommon strength to be able to remain clinging to that tree until a helicopter was able to descend upon her and lift her out of that harrowing situation. It could have been the reason why water stopped rising into a home or a cabin or something that would have caused an entire building to float away. It could be the reason why there have been so many people who have been located wherever they were down the river basin. It could be something that prevented somebody from getting into the water to begin with. All we know is that prayer does work. Your prayers have made a difference. We ask for continued prayers as we continue our efforts to locate everybody who's been affected by this, and pray so much for the families who have lost a loved one, who are going through challenging times that they never imagined on the 3rd of July that something like this would happen. Prayer matters, and we thank God Almighty. God has blessed Texas and will continue to bless our great state.
The Guadalupe River region, known for its historic camps and 4th of July tourism, is now facing difficult questions. Where the camps and communities warned in time, was enough done to prevent this tragedy? As Kerrville's lack of preparedness comes under scrutiny, this disaster reveals deep systematic failures. Lives have been lost, homes destroyed, and faith shaken, raising urgent concerns about emergency planning and accountability in flood-prone areas.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.